Alright, so due to my last video, I think I want to explain a little bit about Holy Week. Because in my last video, I was mostly talking about how all the Easter traditions that we know of and we celebrate, that we think of as Easter, isn't actually Easter. Easter is actually a week-long celebration honoring the crucifixion all the way through. So, in the other video, I mentioned Palm Sunday. How Palm Sunday was last week and today is Easter Sunday. And I explained how each day in between these two Sundays, we celebrate and honor a very specific moment. I want to say mostly during what the apostles were going through, because Jesus knew what he was going through. Jesus welcomed what he was going through. And most of what we read about is about the suffering and the fear that the apostles felt. One of my favorite ones was Black Saturday. Very powerful. And then learning all the traditions that actually happen across the world. And I'm just learning, so like I don't know what they're called, but the one where the candle gets lit, there's beautiful, beautiful ceremonies that actually are the true tradition of our faith. So Palm Sunday starts all of this. Jesus rides into Jerusalem on the back of a donkey. He's being celebrated as the Messiah because the people there have already seen him raise people from the dead. They've cured blindness. He's healed the lepers. He's performed all of these miracles. The next day, Holy Tuesday, we recognize him going into the Temple of Jerusalem and seeing the money changers and seeing the Gentile court become a marketplace. This is where we get him flipping tables and whipping out the money changers. Following this, he gets questioned by the Pharisees. And then the next day, he gets questioned again. There's more to this. Just these 2 days. This is Monday, Holy Monday and Holy Tuesday. Well, Holy Monday and Fig Tuesday. Fig Tuesday because Monday he also cursed the fig tree. But the next day, as they were walking by, they realized that the tree had withered and died. Wednesday is known as Spy Wednesday. This is the day where, I don't know if it's Tuesday night, where Jesus was anointed with the expensive oils and it bothered Judah because that oil could have been sold and the money given to the poor. There's a lot that we reflect on all of these topics during Holy Week. But Spy Wednesday is usually attributed to the understanding of the betrayal of Judas. Thursday is Passover, the Last Supper. And then you have Good Friday, Jesus' actual crucifixion, where Jesus is delivered to the Romans and crucified. Actually, I believe that happens Thursday night into Friday morning, and then Friday we have on the 3rd hour he's crucified, and on the 6th hour he died. I'm learning. I'm not well versed. This is mostly a point to my anti-pagan fucking traditions with this, because none of that has anything to do with this. So Good Friday is Jesus is crucified and dies. He descends into hell, and then his body is placed into the tomb. On Saturday is Black Saturday, where we sit and wait in mourning. We don't take sacraments. We don't take communion. We sit and we wait in darkness. And then on Sunday, when the sun rises again, our Lord is risen. That is Easter Sunday. That is the entirety of the actual tradition that we celebrate and we are worshiping. We have nothing to do with spring or eggs. It has nothing to do with this. And I failed to explain a lot of this in the last video, but I'm already running on my 5 minutes, so I'm way past this being uploaded to my X platform. Being a returning Catholic, a Reformed Christian, the thing that I learned most is how lied to I was about these stories. I didn't know that Jesus was an actual historical figure. I thought it was up to interpretation whether the man existed. But no, it's unquestionable. There's more documents to show that Jesus was crucified and risen. There's more there's more documentation to suggest to that recorded that than there is all of the existence of Alexander the Great and all of the existence of Genghis Khan. Like they didn't historically document what Genghis Khan was doing. There's like only 30 writings in history in history of Genghis Khan. So combining those two grand historical figures pales in comparison to the 25,000 probably. I don't know that number, but it's a whole hell of a lot more proof to suggest that Jesus Christ was an actual living man that was crucified, whether you believe him to be the Son of God or divine at all. I'm talking just flat history documents, Roman history documents, before they converted to a Christian faith. I had no stake in the game in any of this. I'm still learning a lot, but the more I learn, the more passionate I am about correcting the false narratives.